Come with me on a work trip to Northern Ireland and watch me as I update my budget in real time. My company has employees all over the world, so sometimes I do need to go to weird locations. I hate buying food at the airport though, so I always stock up on these protein bars before I go. They are also just a nice little snack if I'm at the hotel and I'm hungry and I don't know where to get food. I'm really happy I got a new roller bag, so now I blend in with most other people. The Portland airport has really been renovated. I honestly was sad that Powell's wasn't open yet, but there were quite a few quirky things. On my way over there, I had 2 layovers. Luckily, they ended up not being impacted by the fire at Heathrow, although I did travel through there. The flight ended up costing me about $1,400, but I already recorded that in my budget, so I don't need to do it here. Lyft does not operate in Belfast, and Uber was pretty hard to use, but luckily it was pretty easy to catch a cab from the airport, and I only ended up paying about $20. We ended up staying at the most bombed hotel in the world, the Hotel Europa. Honestly, it was pretty nice. Every room came with a tea kettle. Every morning, breakfast was included in my stay, and for 5 nights, I ended up paying about $800. But I did not try any whiskey in my porridge. I did spend about $5 on an eSIM, which means I could use data while I was over there, which was pretty dumb because Wi-Fi was pretty much everywhere I needed to go. Even though it was a work trip, I did find a little bit of time to wander around, and I ended up spending a little bit of money on some chips and orange juice. But the highlight of my trip was finding a Tim Hortons, which I haven't been to since my grad school days in Canada. Truly, this was very exciting for me. I'm so happy. They did get my order wrong, and I got the wrong donut, but it was still delicious, and I ended up spending about $6. After that, I went looking for some gifts for my family. Luckily, since I learned to knit, every sweater is something I could make, but probably won't, so I didn't end up spending any money on yarn or sweaters. I ended up spending about $55, and that should tide me over for everyone I needed to buy Christmas gifts for. Since this was a work trip, pretty much everything else was covered. We ended up going to a pretty nice restaurant, but the senior on the team paid, and my days were pretty filled with work, so I didn't really have a lot of time outside of this to walk around the city or do much else, but it was still really fun while I was there, and it was great to see people. After that, the only expense I had was the cab ride home, and that ended up again being about $20. Looking at the damage to my budget, I do know that I need to top up my gifts category. I don't know why I didn't put more in that to begin with. Everything that I think I could get reimbursed for, I put in my business category, so I will have to submit that expense report and see what's left over. To cover that extra gift spending though, I am going to take the money out of my spending money category, which still has a little left over. I still have a few things left to put in my budget to wrap it up for last month, like my last paycheck of the month and a Chewy order, but this video has already gotten pretty long, so I'm going to go ahead and do that in my next video.